One day, Gandhiji was sitting in his law office at Johannesburg. He had started practice only 3 months earlier. Suddenly, the door opened and in came a man. His clothes were in tatters. His crumpled turban was on his head. He was bleeding from his mouth. Two of his teeth were broken and hanging loose.
When Gopal Krishna Gokhale visited South Africa, Gandhiji ironed his favorite scarf. Gokhale had doubted if Gandhiji could do that, but when he saw how well Gandhiji handled the job, he was so pleased and gave him a certificate as an expert dhobi. Gokhale could not take starchy or fatty food, so Gandhiji roasted shredded potatoes and bread in the kitchen so that much of the starch would be removed.
Gandhiji feared that there might be a chances of black plague, and his fear came true. One afternoon, he received a note from Madanjit, a publisher of Gandhi's weekly newspaper, Indian Opinion. The note brought an alarming news. It said that there has been a sudden attack of black plague and you have to come immediately.
I do not think that anything that I can say this evening can possibly influence the decision of the cabinet. Probably the decision has been already taken. Matters of liberty of practically a whole continent can hardly be decided by mere argumentation or even negotiation. Negotiation has its purpose and has its play, but only under certain conditions. Without those conditions, negotiations are a fruitless task.
A gentleman is known not only by the cut of his clothes, but also by the manner of his speech, he believed. He must therefore have lessons in elocution. He started studying the book Bill's Elocution with a special care. The taste for a music is the hallmark of culture.
They had put up the play of the King Harishchandra of Ayodhya. Young Mohandas had gone to witness it. In the adherence of his truth, Harishchandra goes through intense suffering. He has to part with his kingdom. His wife and son are sold as slaves.
Once, Parsi Rustamji ran to Gandhiji, tears rolling down his cheeks. He was in trouble. Bhai, I have deceived you. My guilt has been found today. I must go to jail and be run. You alone may be able to save from this. I have kept back nothing from you except this thing about smuggling. But now, how much I repent him. Gandhiji calmed him and said, to save or not to save you is in the God's hand. As for me, you know my way. I can but try to save you by the means of conversion.
G had heard when a boy that the lawyer's profession was a liar's profession, but this did not affect him, for he had no desire to earn either money or position by lying. When he became lawyer and practiced in South Africa, his principle never to lie was put to the test many times. Often he knew that the lawyers on the opposite side tutored their witnesses, but he would not tutor his own to tell lies to win his case.
At Sevagram, Bhanu Bapa, a poor old man clad in rags, had joined Gandhiji's camp. He worked hard the whole day. He did the meanest job such as cleaning, rubbish and refuse. He had only one meal a day. In spite of his old age, he was healthy and his teeth were firm and strong. Only when he had done his day's work, he was happy. Sunshine or rain, he went about his duties, which were like those of a sanitary inspector.